Welcome back to Tank Time, where I teach you how to lower your score without having to work on your golf swing. On today's agenda, we're going to be talking about how to act on a golf course. Maybe you don't have a lot of friends or family that play golf, and you're going out to the golf course for the first time. I'm going to give you all the ins and outs of being at a country club or a golf course. The proper golf cart parking etiquette is to park on the face side of the golfer. We don't want to park behind because it's kind of an awkward feeling when you can't see what the person behind you is doing. So we want to park the golf cart on their face, straight on. The golf cart can go pretty much anywhere on the golf course except for tee boxes, greens, or bunkers. Make sure you don't drive in any of these three spots. Gentlemen and ladies, if we are dipping, chewing, spitting, smoking, if we're smoking cigarettes, don't throw the butts around the golf course. Same thing with cigars. You might chuck it to the side and hit your shot and then forget about your cigar butt, but I'm gonna see it on my next shot. So pick those things up and throw them away when you see a trash can. If you've got a chew in your mouth or you're dipping, or even if you're eating seeds, don't spit on the greens. I hate when I go to mark my golf ball or when I go down to read the putt and there's sunflower seed shells on the putting green, or there's a big black loogie sitting on my line. That is nasty, and none of us should have to deal with that. Spit in the rough, spit on the fairway, don't spit on the greens. I'm a golfer that likes to play music when I play, and I think that's totally fine if you keep the volume at a respectable level and if you play some tasteful music. Unless the course tells you you can't play music, feel free to bring your Bluetooth speakers out. If you walk straight onto the green after hitting a bunker shot, you're gonna track footprints of sand all over the green. Not only is it gonna get into people's line, it's gonna make the green look really ugly. So after you hit your shot, come out of the bunker, and just quickly knock the sand off of your feet before walking onto the green. If you're going out to play as a single or a twosome, or even a threesome, you might have somebody joined up with you. That's when the golf club puts you with another twosome or another single to play together. That's gonna make sure pace of play flows for everyone. Don't feel intimidated if you have to play with a stranger. On the first tee, introduce yourselves and let them know what tee you're playing from. If they wanna talk to you, then they might play the same tee as you so you can talk about the game. Some people just wanna play a quiet round of golf. When you're playing with other people, just know that whoever's furthest away from the pin should always hit first, whether it's in the fairway or on the green. Whoever's furthest away from the pin hits first. And whoever shot the lowest score on the previous hole is going to be the one to tee off first. So if I made a birdie on the third hole, when we get to the fourth hole, I would be the one to tee off first. And that's called honors. So you get the honor of hitting before the people that made pars and bogeys. And it's bad juju to hit in front of a birdie. If someone in the group made a birdie, make sure they get the honor of teeing off first. Comment below the most nerve-wracking thing you had to deal with when you were on the golf course for the first time. So what is proper golf attire? It's a little tricky because there are a lot of public courses that are a lot more lenient on dress code. For a rule of thumb, always wear a collared shirt. Secondly, we want to make sure we tuck our shirts in, for the gentlemen especially. Ladies, we can get away with not tucking in our shirts. Don't want to mess up the fashion. We want to wear sneakers or closed-toed shoes. And for sun protection, we want a hat or a visor. We want to avoid any type of jean or cutoffs. Women, we want to also avoid the razorback sleeveless shirts. But besides that, embrace the fashion and have a good time out there. So we're going to pretend this is someone putting. As a player in the group, I don't want to stand here. One, because I am now behind this person, and having someone at your butt is always very awkward. Secondly, my shadow is over here in the way of their line. Even if I'm standing over here, my shadow could still be distracting them, especially if I'm moving around. We don't want to stand here because that's just rude. The best place to stand is over here. Our shadow is completely out of the way and we're out of their field of vision and line of sight. We're close enough that we can still watch the putt break along the line and learn some information, but we're not too close that it's going to bother the player. All else fails, just stand super still and they won't even notice you're there. I used to work as beverage cart girl, so I always encourage people to buy something from the beverage cart, even if it's just a candy bar or a soda. So when you're on the golf course, you're usually playing with your friend, and that means a lot of gabbing and gossiping and chatting up. But try not to talk when someone is making a swing, whether it's a tee shot, fairway shot, a chip shot, or a putt. Just imagine a basketball player that's getting ready for a free throw. When someone talks, it jars their concentration and they might miss hit the shot. We don't want them blaming you on the bad shot. when really they probably just made a bad swing. So don't let them do that, and just keep it quiet during their swings. After you hit a shot on a par 3, don't leave your tee on the ground and just walk away. Take the tee out of the ground, and if it's broken, just throw it towards the tee marker. Look at all these broken tees. Sometimes the maintenance guys, they can't pick up every broken tee on the ground, and then the grass grows over the tee, and the next time you play, you might hit a shot and a tee flies out. So when you're on a par 3, let's keep the tee boxes clean and pick up your broken tees after your shot. When you finish the round, sometimes there'll be a cart guy that'll help clean your golf clubs, get all that dirt off there, and it is standard practice to give them a tip. Golf is growing so fast, and we want everyone to join the game, the beginners and the ones that have been playing for decades. It can be intimidating to try new things, especially if you're doing them by yourself. There are women's leagues and men's leagues and 9-hole leagues and 18-hole leagues that you guys can join and be around like-minded people. People are generally pretty helpful and friendly, so if you have any questions, just ask the cart guys or the people in the pro shop, and they'll give you some pointers and suggestions. Golf is growing. We want it to be inclusive for everyone. We want everyone to have a good time. So please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for my next episode.